Now then, people, good evening and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you've had a fantastic day. This video, we're going to be looking at two potential replacements for Meslier that could have legs, you know. Hearing a few things on the grapevine, when you're putting two and two together, you're getting four. These could be very interesting replacements for Meslier. Before we get into it, though, just a quick update on Meslier for those that don't know. Reports are suggesting that Marseille are keen on signing Meslier. Okay, they want to bolster their goalkeeping options. De Zerbi's a fan. He wants a goalkeeper that's good with his feet. Regardless of what people think, he's actually decent for his feet. He's only 24, which is a great age for a goalkeeper. There's a massive fee as well. Apparently Leeds want £20 million. If you'd have asked me before this story came out, I'd have accepted 5, 7. The fact that Leeds United want 20 and feel that they could get it is a massive win for me. But obviously, Leeds will then need to look at a replacement. Well, what we're going to be doing on the other side of this intro is discussing them two replacements that have been linked, and there's noise around. But before we do that, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in about 20 seconds or so. So, folks, if Leeds United do look to sell Meslier, and when that kind of money is being touted about, then of course Leeds United would be silly to turn that kind of cash down. I can't lie to you. Especially when you consider the next two goalkeepers that we're going to be chatting about will be available on a free. And apparently, according to a number of reports now, Leeds United are considering, first of all, ex-Fulham keeper Marat Rodak as a potential replacement for Meslier, who could be on his way out of the football club. Now, if you remember a couple of weeks back, I did a video on potential frees Leeds United could pick up from the Premier League when we spoke about like Scott McKenna, Bobby Decordova-Reid and other players of that ilk. I think Creswell, Ben Johnson, for example. And Marat Rodak was a keeper on that list that I said, you know what, I'd be well up for. But apparently at that time he was close to moving to Celtic. Now I think they could potentially be after Livakovic, so it looks like that deal will be off. Now Marat Rodak has a host of experience, okay? He's progressed through Fulham's youth ranks and has made over 100 appearances now for the club. Last season, yes, he only played 5 games, which isn't great, but at this stage of his career, he'd prefer regular playing time, which you can understand, and so would the other keeper that we're going to get onto in a second as well. And clearly Leeds view Rodak as a potential solution between the sticks. Now, he did play in the 22-23 Premier League season, but obviously last season was relegated to the bench. And what are some of the key aspects of Rodak's game? Well, he's great at shot stopping. That's something that Meslier does lack. He's able to pull off crucial saves at the right time. You know, them type of saves that you're like, this one's destined for the back of the net and he pulls it out of the bag. His shot stopping ability is a vital asset to his game. He's very proficient as well with the ball at his feet, which, as we know, in a Daniel Farke system, that's something that you need. He's got great positioning as well, which is another tag you could maybe look at Meslier and say sometimes, especially when we think about, you know, crosses or even free kicks at times where he's left wanting, his positioning isn't great. Another area as well, his aerial presence. Like, he's very good at commanding his penalty area and has great communication skills as well. Rodak's pretty decent when coming off his line to collect balls, which is a massive area of his game that would dwarf Meslier's ability in that area. That's one area that a lot of us know Meslier lacks in. And again, he's apt at one-on-one situations. I won't put him on Meslier's level because I think Meslier's one-on-one level is quite elite, to be honest. I know that might shock a few of you. But as a signing, Marat Rodak, if you're going to sell a goalkeeper for 20 million, you can bring in this lad for a free. It makes perfect sense to me. However, he would not be my preferred choice. My preferred choice would be this next goalkeeper. This next goalkeeper is Hledaki. Hledaki was in my team of the season. I thought he was fantastic last term for Ipswich Town. Now, of course, they've just been promoted to the Premier League, so you might ask, well, how's that going to happen? But when they were initially promoted into the Championship, Hladaki was number 2. He was initially brought in as backup to their number 1 at the time, Christian Walton. And in recent times, Ipswich have took their 1-year extension on Christian Walton's contract, meaning Hladaki's contract ends on the 30th of this month. He will soon be a free agent. And if you keep your eye on transfer news, several media outlets now are reporting that Ipswich are interested in Brighton's Carl Rushworth, who was on loan at Swansea City, and also held an interest in Livakovic, who looks like he's on his way to Celtic. Of course, we're seeing loads of dominoes falling into place here. But what's clear is they've given Christian Walton a year extension and are looking to bring in a new number 1. So where does that leave Hladaki? Well, Hladaki's been speaking in his home country of Czechoslovakia and has recently been speaking to Canal Plus Sport, and this is what he had to say on his contract situation. He said, "I don't know about my future, and truth be told, I don't know when I'll find out." He said, "I think the deadline is the 30th of June when my contract ends. That's Saturday, if I've got my dates right, and on Monday we report back for training. I think in that week I should know for sure if I'll be at Ipswich or if something else awaits me." He then goes on to say, "Ever since we opened negotiations on a new contract in January, we've followed a clear line that our preferred choice would be Ipswich. I want to stay at Ipswich. I want to extend my time there." At this point, there's been a slight change in the situation because the negotiations have been tough going and not exactly the way we were expecting them to play out. So right now, we're following a strategy where we'll sit down, take a look at any offer that lands on the desk, weigh up the pros and cons. It's not like I would prefer this or that destination or league. It is really a case of whatever comes along. I'll sit down with my agent and with my wife and we will assess it. Now, an Ipswich fan's told me it looks likely that he's going to leave. And as I've explained to you, they've given their original number 1 a year extension, who you'd imagine would be backup to whoever they bring in. They're looking at bringing in a new keeper, be that Carl Rushworth, be that Livakovic, whoever it may be. So it looks like Hladaki won't be first choice. And of course he'll want to play. Leeds United need a goalkeeper. I've had a few comments from Ipswich fans on a couple of my videos saying that on their forums, the news seems to be that Leeds United could hold an interest. And why wouldn't you? Like for me, Hladaki, maybe Christensen aside, was the best keeper in the league. Great shot stopper, great with his feet, and would, if I'm honest, be an improvement on what we had last season. And again, he'd be another goalkeeper available on a free. So if you genuinely can get anywhere close to 20 million, even double digits of millions for Meslier, there are goalkeepers out there that can do what he can, and in some areas of their game be better than he can. Hladaki's got a year's experience being number 1 in the Championship, getting promoted in second place. He knows what it takes, as has Rodok whilst at Fulham as well, playing in the Premier League. They're both available on a 3. My question to you is, who would you prefer? I'm backing Hladaki every single day of the week. Listen, I'm a fan of Meslier. I'll be sad to see him go. But with this kind of money, pure profit, and bringing in a goalkeeper of this quality on a free, makes perfect sense. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Who would you prefer? Or do you have a different name? Is there another name out there? Let me know in the chat. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. And for that person that had a go at me talking with my hands, mentioning me being like Harry Potter, definitely hellos, mate. I'm a big Potter fan. That is not an insult. Expelliarmus!